1, 2, 1, 2. All right. All right. You ready?
If you are.
Hey, welcome.
What is happening today?
What the fuck? All right. Let's try it again.
Let's try it again.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tells podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Wednesday, ready to do some podcasting. Find us everywhere you get podcasts.
Mhm.
Only one more day left in Black History Month, so get all your blackness in while the getting's good.
That's right. We got an extra day, 29 this year.
It's a leap year, y'all. It's extra black. Of course, you can find us everywhere you get podcasts. Search the Blackout Tips. Leave us 5-star reviews. The official weapon of the show is
Bombshell.
and the unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme.
I had to process that.
No problem. Do you have any banter today?
No, not really.
Yeah, I don't think I got any either.
Right, nothing.
I'm in a real banter drought right now.
No, I need to be paying attention to what's happening in my life. I just be doing random shit. I just been watching a lot of anime. I really been on a heavy. We probably talk about this on a nerd off.
On a nerd off.
Yeah, but I've been on a serious anime kick, and I've been just binging a lot of anime. Like some of the animes that we've been watching, like videos that like these are the top rated animes, and I know you've been watching some, and I've been too. And that dude is right. Some of them animes, you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
We'll talk about it Friday. That's a good clue. Get behind the paywall if you are in the nerd stuff. We every 3 weeks we have a podcast with our friends, random nerdy friends, and podcasters you may know and love and have heard of. And then we talk to them about what they're watching and entertained by and playing video games.
What they've been reading.
Then we go through a bunch of articles and stuff. The show can last between 2 to 3 hours because we only do it once every 3 weeks. But it's fun, and I will put it up there with anybody else's nerd podcast that you check out. So check out the Nerd Off. It's behind the paywall. You can get behind the paywall, theblackouttips.com/premium. The link is also in the show notes, and that's an ad. All right. Man. I did have something, but I don't know if it really counts as banter, but
banter is anything, so
you're right. I like that beat. What beat was that again? Sunburst. All right. So I was thinking, I was watching a basketball game last night and I saw a commercial, and the commercial was for fatherhood.
Okay.
It was fatherhood.org. And I was like, as I was watching the commercial, I was like, what the fuck is this commercial for? Because I was trying to figure it out, and I'm like, is it life insurance? Is it
because sometimes they do that weird shit where you be like, this what y'all showing me has nothing to do with the topic at hand. Yes.
Yeah, and then it ends and it's like, and that's why you need a Ford truck to take your daughter to school. And I'm like, oh, it was an ad for a Ford truck the whole time. But this one was like, it was like all this, like, it's important to be there for the moment and for all this, and brought to you by fatherhood.org. And all I could think was, damn, we are down bad. Okay. We have to make ads to be dads. What is happening on the dad side of the equation? Who the fuck is this for?
Like, dads are losing the ball. We got to get dads more involved.
Who is the person that's like, I was a deadbeat dad, but one day I was watching the Hornets play the Bucks. And then the third quarter, they ran an ad, and I said, God damn, I should go ahead and get in my child's life.
This is the thing that changed my life.
The Hornets were down and I was down, but I came back in the fourth quarter of their life. Like, I don't know. It was like a weird ad. I'm obviously fatherhood is good.
Yes, it is.
Parenting is good.
Yes,
I've never seen a motherhood ad. It doesn't seem like moms need to get the message.
No. Apparently the mom's gonna be there, good, bad, or indifferent. In fact, you get shamed as a mom. You get shamed for leaving. Dads don't. Not that dads don't get quote unquote shamed, but it's more acceptable for a dad to walk away.
I guess not. I mean, there's clearly the proof is in the pudding. There's not a lot of motherhood ads. I saw an ad for adopting like a kid.
Yes,
I see those sometimes,
those
those will have women in them. Sometimes they have that men in them, whatever. But I've never a fatherhood.org. Like, I feel like the budget for fatherhood.org, if it's $1 billion, then the budget for motherhood.org in the government is like $12.35. Because it's like, who the fuck needs this? Like, what are we gonna do? What we want to run an ad during a WNBA game for? What? The moms are already in their kids' lives. What? That'd be a great time to run a fatherhood. You know, can they get celebrity sponsors for fatherhood.org? You know, can they get Nick Cannon and Future in there? Can they, like, what can they do to really promote fatherhood.org? But shout out to fatherhood.org. We need the fathers.
We do. For real, we do.
And if you need to hear that between a commercial for Lume deodorant and Pizza Hut,
yes,
then I guess
Lume is everywhere.
Then I guess that's what the fuck you need. Okay.
At the right time.
All right, let's get into the rest of the show. That was just a quick thought I had. So news article wise, see what we got. Don Lemon is turning Don Lemons into lemonade. Okay. Because he is actually reportedly gonna be paid $24.5 million in a settlement with CNN for firing him.
Get that money.
That is what he would have received if his contract with CNN ended in 3.5 years, which I guess it was supposed to, and they fired him early. So he gets all his fucking money.
Yeah, they ended the contract.
Yeah, that. But
so now you paying me not to be there.
But do you remember why they let him go? Okay, why?
Oh, because he said that thing about that woman, and everybody got in their feelings about it, and
not just that. Not just that, but he also, there was like, he talked to women bad all the time behind the scenes and all this type of shit. Called Nikki Haley past her prime. That was the start of it. And 2 months later, because remember, like I said, like you just said, he said that about Nikki Haley. He didn't get let go for that. 2 months later, he did an interview with a Republican candidate, Vivek Ramaswamy.
I remember that, and he asked him hard. Yeah,
he asked him. I wouldn't even say he went hard.
He didn't.
He just asked perfectly acceptable follow-up questions to Vivek Ramaswamy's bullshit talking points. And because Vivek Ramaswamy is a very much like, I'm not gonna. We just don't believe in racism. It's like it don't exist, and all that. And so, of course, Don Lemon, a black gay man, was like, that doesn't make sense. And CNN, people have forgotten, I'm sure by this point, had recently had new management come into the forefront.
Yeah, didn't they take him off his TV show and demote him and stuff?
I don't remember that part. I'm just
okay. Go ahead.
Summing up what I remember. But they had I think, yeah, you're right. They had taken him off of his own like night show and put him in the morning. But that once again, you're talking about it like it's this is all discipline for that Nikki Haley thing, or I see
what you're saying, but yeah,
I think they were making a move to get the more liberal, progressive, people, hardline people the fuck off of that station, because the new management that took over for the old dude who had his own sexual harassment bullshit. The new management was like, we need to get Republicans. So we need to make CNN more Republican friendly. And in order to make any environment Republican friendly, you need to be a little bit, i.e. a lot bit, loose with the facts and the follow-ups and treat feelings as facts. So if somebody comes on the show and says, hey man, I just feel like racism isn't a big deal, you can't be like, but it is. You can't be like, but statistically this is happening. Like, so I think Don Lemon got the fuck up out of there for that. Now he recently plans to launch his own show on X, aka Twitter. which I think is a horrible idea and won't work, and already has him compromising what liberal bona fides he was able to get back after his original rocky start with a lot of black people, because people have forgotten over the years Don Lemon used to be a repeat offender, he was problematic, of anti-blackness.
Yes, he would go to like shit and just be talking all crazy. People like, the fuck are you talking about, nigga?
Yeah, specifically, I remember he went to Ferguson and talked about smelling weed out there. I remember he co-signed Bill O'Reilly, who had wrote like, these are the 8 things wrong with the black community. I remember that. And then Don Lemon wrote like, he was like, not only is he right, but I have some more points. So Don Lemon, once especially Trump got in office, grew out his fro and really ingratiated himself with black people again by, quote unquote, keeping it real. Which I never begrudged him. I thought good. Maybe he got his Negro wake up call a little late, but
right.
I thought it was a good thing that he was now voicing those things. But recently, with his announcement of like going to Twitter to make his own show, which is run by Elon Musk, who touts like just racist ass conspiracies, and that obviously they moderate the site in fucked up ways.
Yes, they do.
A bunch of other bullshit going on with Elon Musk and Twitter. To tout this as like a victory over free, like my freedom of speech will be blah blah blah. I feel like I'm bracing myself. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm bracing myself for a return to, the Don Lemon that people didn't fuck with.
I hope not.
But I mean, the way Tucker Carlson and him put out the same fucking statement about how their Twitter shows are gonna go, and then Tucker Carlson co-signed them. And to me, that seems like tiddlywinks. That seems like y'all motherfuckers playing a game. It's like, oh, that shit where I used to go on the air and talk bad about Tucker Carlson, or go on the air and contradict his points and be like, no, what he's saying is fucked up and dangerous. Well, it's not that dangerous. We not work for the same person. So we're both getting our checks signed by Elon Musk. And now that I'm doing that, it's all about the united freedom of speech. We just need the conversation. And now I'm like, he's probably going to be on some bullshit again.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah,
but he got all his money, which will make you think maybe you don't need to do a show with Twitter.
In fact, you can just be like, I'm starting my own thing outside of that platform.
Yeah, you would think maybe you would do something else, but I don't know. I feel like my man, I put it like this: he got a spotty track record, and I hope the last 6 years or whatever of Don Lemon was the real Don Lemon and not whatever it was when he started. Because I remember, I think people forgot or forgave, and I just remember like, oh man. And I always kept a little bit of a side eye because I'm like, which one was real?
True.
We'll never know. Like, if Trump had not specifically called out Don Lemon,
specifically,
would he have been like, I'm a middle of the road guy, man? Like, hey, I'm just reporting the facts. Who cares about that shit? But Don was going in, and he ingratiated himself back with black folks during that time period. And I hope that was the real him. And I hope he continues to keep that up, because if I look on Twitter and see this nigga show is on some middle of the road shit, I'm out. Mitch McConnell says he's gonna step down. This November gonna be his last November as the Senate Republican leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can start watching him glitch live on TV.
Yeah, he turned 82 last week. He announced his decision Wednesday to stand down. Yep. He I guess he back in 1985. I'm
about to say 1880. That sound right.
Back in 1985 is when he first arrived, but I guess he went ahead and is wrapping it up. Good riddance. But I know whoever they get in there will be worse. But I don't care.
Yes.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. He need to go.
Yeah, he need to go.
Yeah. Let's see. We were right. And I gotta play the clips for it.
I was right about
something. Yeah. But we were right about all of it.
I've been right about all of it. We've been been right about all of it. Woo! Yes. Yes.
So Wendy's clarifies and says it will not implement the Uber surge pricing after all. It has no plans to raise menu prices when demand is the highest at the sea. So I guess
they got that back.
They walked it back.
Yeah, people was like, the fuck is this? Well, then you won't never have a line, because I know if it's a line, I'm going to pay more. So why the fuck would I go there?
Well, not just that. I mean, that was part of it. But I think I think my conspiracy was right. That they only floated this news to make us all be like, hell no, I ain't paying more for Wendy's next year. That's fuck y'all. Just so that we won't be mad about how we're paying more for Wendy's right the fuck now when compared to just a year ago and the year before that and all this shit.
Yes, sir.
So it's like, okay, chicken sandwich combo $12. That's fine. I ain't paying no $17 because it's a surge price. And I feel like psychologically they won. Next time you go to Wendy's, you be like, yeah, goddamn right. I ain't paying no motherfucking surge price. Let me get a junior bacon and a small fry and a small frosty, and that'll be $19.75. Thank you.
And they still gonna go up on their prices anyway, like they incrementally do. It just won't be the quote unquote surprise jumps. And like I said, I think my conspiracy theory is right too. I think if they would have implemented it, a lot of it is just to pay for that technology. It's not, now we're going to see if they're going to do that technology or not, or if they're going to make their quote unquote franchisees, the ones that are not like in the network, pay for it themselves. Because I think that a lot of this was to compensate for them new billboards that they wanted to get, menus shit that they wanted to get, all the AI stuff.
So what they're gonna use it for, the AI dynamic pricing, they're saying it'll only be used to promote discounts. So I guess I don't know if they're saying like not enough people are buying junior bacon cheeseburgers. Let's put a coupon in the app or what. I don't know how it's gonna just only do discounts, but yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, because say discounts. Yeah, you give them discount because you know your shit is high, and it would not be surprising for all fast food restaurants, you know, particularly across the board, sales tanked through COVID, and a lot of people just never came back because a lot of people realized how much money they were saving, and a lot of people use your apps, which actually save them a lot of money. A lot of people don't sit in because, you know, before people used to actually sit into these restaurants and shit like that. People stopped doing a lot of sitting in the restaurants. And so most people actually just get the shit either to go through the apps and shit like this. So it would not be surprising if they saw sales tank and they was like, we have to do something to compensate for these tanking sales.
Yeah. So they said Wendy's will not implement surge pricing, which is the practice of raising prices when demand is highest. We didn't use that phrase, nor do we plan to implement that practice. This was the initial statement they were talking about was in it was an investor call. They said it was misinterpreted. This was misconstrued in some media reports as an intent to raise prices when demand is highest at our restaurants. We have no plans to do that and would not raise prices when our customers are visiting us the most. Any features that we may test in the future would be designed to benefit our customers and restaurant crew members. So there you go. We solved it. Lauren Boebert's son was arrested over a spate of thefts as his mom tries to convince voters to look past her chaotic family.
No, I will not. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe if you was nice,
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Maybe you was a better person. I might could be considerate, but I'm like, no, bitch.
Okay, Karen says absolutely not. Yeah, it's just another example of like them doing everything they say Democrats do and shit. And it's just, you know, actually full circle. This kind of goes back to something I considered doing banter, but I ended up not doing. A listener of ours apparently still listens to Van Lathan and Rachel. I forget her last name. Van and Rachel's podcast, Higher Learning. And you know, a listener, our girl Miss Christabel, had wrote in saying like, can you like had him on the show so y'all could debate and talk it out and all this stuff? And I thought I gave a very thought out, considerate answer of I don't see the things the same way Van Lathan sees things. That's totally fine. I wouldn't expect him to. We're all podcasters. We're all giving our opinions on shit. No one sees the world the way I see it all the time. No one sees the world the way Karen sees it all the time. I can't emphasize enough, and I think it's not getting through to some folks, or maybe this person didn't get it, or maybe they just don't understand what I'm saying, and I'll say it again. I am resolute. I have considered everything I'm saying to you, and about how I feel and what I think about the election has been thought out. No one's gonna come up with anything that's gonna change my mind. Period.
Me either.
And I don't mean to be a dick about it. It's not like I'm yelling at those people like so many motherfuckers do on social media. I'm not courting arguments. If no one would have wrote in about Van Lathan, I wouldn't have mentioned specifically Van Lathan or anybody.
Right.
I feel like that is his opinion of kind of playing a footsie with apathy. I'm not saying he's gonna not vote or vote for Trump. He's not. From everything I've heard when I've listened to a show, I've never heard him say anything like that. But he has a lot of consideration for the idea, especially of Black people not feeling like voting. And a lot of times it's, to me, the logic is spotty at best. And that's fine if he wants to, try out that, what I would call faulty logic, and be like, well, I understand it. I mean, I understand a lot of things. I have empathy for a lot of things. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to use my show to kind of give cover for it. I understand, for example, I understand why Black men in America who have been oppressed and whatnot. I understand where the anger comes from. I understand where the resentment comes from. I understand where the need to protect ourselves comes from. But when we're talking about, say, a woman who was attacked or killed or something by a Black dude, I'm not going to be on the show like, well, you got to understand, man, brothers be Emmett Till. Like, it's not the time to me. And so when I bring up those points, it's also sending another message of like, and also I'm not excusing it, but I kind of understand. And it's like, to me, that point isn't germane at the moment. And so this person was tweeting me saying how, like, well, the Republicans, they're and once I don't know how I can explain it even better, but I don't look at Republicans and Democrats as politicians. When I say Republicans and Democrats, I'm talking about voters. The voters on that side, the voters on the other side. That's it. Because I don't think the politicians are anything more than an avatar for us.
Right.
The politicians are what keep you from killing your neighbor.
Yes.
Because you can blame a politician for things not going right, and not the motherfucker that says, I am voting to keep you from having the right to vote.
That's
and
true.
So you don't have to worry about driving down the street next to a car with a MAGA thing on it. You just go, nothing that can be done about that. I guess at least if we vote, then we'll da-da-da-da. And the thing is, our side ain't got it like that. We ain't the ones to run up on nobody anyway. So even if all the politicians resign tomorrow and say, y'all work it out amongst yourselves, Americans, our side don't have the guns or the willpower to do anything but protest and be sad and march in the streets and hope somebody somewhere with some power will do what we want them to do.
Right.
That is all we've ever really done on that side. And if we fought, we haven't had enough numbers to truly fight. Like, it hasn't, like, this ain't no Civil War shit, right? Anyway, so this person's hitting me up and it's like, listen to this segment. Have you listened to the newest segment on the show? And I'm like, but why would I do that? Did you not listen to our segment? Are you hitting them up, asking them to come listen to us? And are you asking them to have us be guests on their show? No. So why are you approaching us like that? They're living in their own world. If I wasn't asked to give commentary on them, I would have never given commentary on them. If they're not giving commentary on us, that makes sense. They don't know who the fuck we are. We ain't nobody. So I thought it was kind of like weird to approach me, but it made me get to a point that I want to crystallize for people. And this is why it relates to this Lauren Boebert thing. So the thing that happens is Lauren Boebert, win or lose, regardless of how chaotic her life is, regardless of how hypocritical she has acted, right? Mm-hmm. Dating this Democrat man, getting finger banged in Beetlejuice, her fucking children are criminals. She's taking pictures with her kids holding guns and shit. Like, it doesn't matter to the people who will continue to vote for her.
Right.
Now, you would think, well, why doesn't it matter? Like, these are things that they say they're against. And this is the point about when you call Democrat politicians weak, but act like Republican politicians are strong. This is why I say you fundamentally misunderstand America and you miss the point. When a Democrat does anything outside of whatever parameters we've decided they should live in, hold on, please. Our voters go home and quit. That's the difference. We're soft. We're weak. We're bitch made. We're whatever word terms you want to use. We quit. We go, I didn't get everything I wanted. I'm going to fuck home. And what happens is, and I think Van Lathan, according to this segment, which I didn't listen to, but this is what the person said on Twitter. When you say like, well, the Democrats, they didn't codify Roe. And one time Obama mentioned it, but it didn't happen. And then 2016, with a Supreme Court justice seat empty, people said, I'm gonna give in to apathy, and we go, that's Obama's fault. And I think that's the opposite, because the difference is Republicans fought for 50 years to get Roe v. Wade overturned. What happens is once they get it overturned, we go, why can't we be like them? Because we're pussies. Because we're balls. Not pussies, we're balls. We're weak. We get touched, we get tapped, and we give up. We are so eager to quit. That is the main difference. And that's not a politician thing, that's a voter thing. Politicians do what they are mandated to do, what they have the power to do. We live in a country where our sides are polarized, but we're so polarized, we start thinking we think we have a mandate that we don't. We can't say, hey, codify something when we don't have the fucking seats to do it. Why don't we have the seats to do it? Because there's a Republican part of this country that also votes. So you end up with this middle of the road compromise shit because you don't have a choice. It's not because the Democrats run and they go, I give up. You know who else did a lot of compromise in the last X amount of years? Republicans did. But it does not count against them when they compromise and keep the government open after saying they were going to shut it down. That never counts against them. When they come to the table with Biden, it only hurts Biden that there was a compromise, but it never hurts Republicans that they also compromise on the ideals that they ran on. And I'm not playing that bullshit game because I feel like they have brainwashed y'all. Y'all have fallen for the bullshit, and you're sitting up there going, man, it's really messed up that Democrats put out. There was one candidate in a red district that the only way that Democrat could have won was to be pro-life, anti-choice, and they went ahead and supported that person, and he ended up winning the seat. That's fucked up. They should have said they should have stuck to their ideals, and I'm like, and not win the seat. And so when that person votes for every fucking thing else that a Republican would never vote with Democrats on, we're gonna count that as a bad thing. Meanwhile, Republicans have that shit happen all the time. There are pro-choice fucking Republicans in office, in Congress. There's Republicans that vote against shit that Republicans say they want to do all the goddamn time, but but what happens is we look at them as a monolith. We go, they're winning all the time, or they stick in line. No, they don't. They don't. Liz Cheney had to go 2 years ago or whatever. They don't all stick to whatever. They are just like the Democrats. Liz Cheney being their Joe Manchin, but somehow Joe Manchin a knock on all Democrats and all Democratic politicians, and whatever he fucked up is every Democrat's fault. Meanwhile, Republicans, we just treat them like, hey man, listen, they get it, they know what they're doing over there. And here's all I'm saying for the last fucking time, I hope. The difference isn't in the politician, it's in the voters. their voters will go, well, if y'all said this person is blank and we need their power to increase our power, then fuck it. What? He's a rapist? Okay. He paid for abortions. I'm against abortion. I don't give a damn. Oh, he's closeted gay. Who cares? That's the fucking difference. It is not the politicians. It is us. You want to be like Republicans? Be like me and be like, fuck it, bro. We're voting against them. That's it. That fucking simple. It's never, even if you like, I don't, this Democrat, I don't like everything they doing. I'm not really fucking voting for that, am I? I'm voting to keep these motherfuckers out. I mean it. Please don't ever make me have to explain this bullshit again, because I feel like I've done it many times. If you're not going to bring some new shit to me where it's like, I never even considered that. I don't even know what the fuck to tell you. You just want to hear this again? I mean, other people might get wishy-washy. I'm not. I'm resolute. If I'm alive in November, I know how I'm voting. It ain't that fucking hard to me. And that's how the people that vote for Lauren Boebert are. And if you want to beat them, you're going to have to keep that same energy. We talk about when they go low. Oh, Michelle Obama, what did she say? They go low. We go high. Fuck that bitch. I can't believe she said that. I go even lower. No, you don't. Because going lower would require being like, I don't really like the choices I have, but I'm going to stick it to them. That's what the fuck going low is. Going low is, this dude don't check off every fucking box I like him to check off for me. But I refuse to give in to y'all. That's it. Y'all don't like it? Too fucking bad. We need to win. That's it. And if more motherfuckers actually put their backbone into it, that's the biggest irony. You get the shit you wanted. If Democrats had fucking a mandate, meaning they had so many seats in Congress and the Senate and the presidency that they were like, yeah, codify Roe. Sure, we got plenty of votes to spare. Why not? Fuck it. Let's do it. Hey, let's get the VRA back. They can't strike that down if we all agree. But we know the rules. You need like a 60 vote majority. We be sending these motherfuckers up there with 50, and then 1 for the vice president and being like, why y'all ain't get everything? I'm sorry you didn't pass civics, but that's why the fuck you ain't getting everything. It's that goddamn simple. We're giving them 0 margin for error and then going, damn, man, y'all fucked up again. It's insane. So yeah, I don't know what you want from me, but I ain't heard anybody talk about this in a way that made me go, well, shit, I get it now. No, I do understand why people are apathetic, but I don't have to co-sign, agree with, or even motherfucking respect it. Because you know what you pathetic and apathetic, real fucking close to me. Real fucking close to me. And I'm not pathetic. So I'm gonna fucking keep trying. And they don't have to, fine. But don't fucking put them niggas in my fucking face again, dog. I don't care what they're talking about over there. Good luck to them. They made their mind up. I bet they're as resolute as I feel right now about not doing shit or about making room for the people that don't want to do shit and making sure their feelings feel assuaged and feel good about sitting their ass at home not doing shit but complaining all the goddamn time. I'm sure they have made a safe space for those people over there. And maybe their listenership's going to be bigger because of that. Good for them. I'm not interested in making that kind of a space. I hope you feel fucking bad when you listen to us talk about, yeah, man, we voted in our primary this. Oh, man, we bringing up this topic on the show again. We talking about this, that, and the other. I hope you feel fucking bad if you're one of these apathetic ass niggas that's out here like, man, I don't even see no point. They all the same to me. When we bring up LGBTQ news and Karen goes on in them voting rants, I hope your soul shrinks. I'll be like, damn, am I fucking up? Because you are. And it ain't even that hard what we asking you to do. We're not asking you to go in front of the White House and burn yourself to death. Okay, we're not asking you to go fuck somebody up. All this other shit that people do recommend and then go, but don't vote. We're not even saying, we're asking you, here's your God-given right. Use that shit. Use it to get some of the shit you want. I've already talked about the Obama Democrats and how their feelings were so important to them. It's all about my feelings, and I need to feel a certain way. Well, I happen to be a grown-ass man when Obama came into office.
Right.
My feelings was not the number one thing. I would have voted for fucking Dukakis that year. It didn't fucking matter.
Me too.
He was an excellent president. He ran an excellent campaign. That's beautiful. But at no point was I sitting up there like, oh man, post-racial America. No, I said, oh, they're going to be on this nigga harder than ever. Every day he gave a speech, I fucking lived in fear that he was going to get fucking shot because I know this country.
Me too.
I know this country. So I wasn't naive. I wasn't just turning 18, Similac behind the ear or whatever, smelling like Similac wet behind the ears. I wasn't doing that. I was grown. So this is grown up shit that I'm talking about. And I don't care about making people feelings feel better about it. So that's my banter. And also fuck Lauren Boebert. I hope she lose.
I do too. I hope she loses too. And I 100% agree with you. And similar to you, I am resolute in my feelings. I am resolute in how I vote. And my thing is, it's funny when you talk to people and you tell people that I'm not worried because I'm going to vote and I'm voting Democrat, and as long as Joe Biden is kicking, whoever the Democratic person is, that's who I'm voting for. And a lot of people go, but it's sad. It's not sad for me. There's nothing to be sad about because this is my opinion. A lot of people lie to themselves about the reality of what's in front of them. Like let's keep it real. And I think a lot of people, they feel bad. No, the reality is we have two choices. That is the reality that you are faced with if you live in America and you vote. There's no third party because it's a waste of a vote. There's no. I mean, you worry about what you can control. Right.
I can't be worried about other shit. I don't know how to control that, and it's not my job. You know, I was listening to the Daily and they were bringing up the God, I don't want to take the name, but there were people that were basically voting in Michigan in the primary to show that they disapprove of Biden's handling of Israel. And I forget what the vote was called, but it was some like term that they had, you know what I'm saying? Like the such and such vote or whatever, right? And like you just write in whatever. And so I want to say last night, non-committed, thank you. They were saying last night they were at like 14% or whatever. And I don't know what the final tally will be, but it was a protest vote, right? And so I saw people arguing and if it was a good number or a bad number. There were people being like, oh, y'all thought y'all had a big number. That ain't shit. And then there were people that were like, that's a good number. That'll show Biden that it's important and all this stuff. And and I saw people fighting about it. But here's the thing, and I mean this. I don't care. And I don't mean I don't care about the issue. I mean, I can't be like, well, fuck it, man. I guess we gotta just let Trump win. No, I hope that by the time November gets here, enough of those people either go, Biden has done something or enough or whatever the fuck to change my mind, or enough of those people like if they don't vote, hopefully it's not enough to swing the entire state or whatever. But at the end of the day, I have no control over that. I have no control. And I think they did what they're supposed to do. Newsflash, it's a protest vote. They're protesting. This is the time to do that shit. If you're gonna make a statement about, hey, I don't like something you're doing and I am willing to vote, this is the time to fucking do that shit. Now, can Biden stop it? I don't know. And I don't actually think so, to be honest. But it don't really fucking matter. If that's your issue and you want to say, hey, listen to our voices, here's a tally of how many people you're letting down, that's when you do it. It's the same way I felt about when people got mad when the people protested at Mother Emanuel. Well, it's a protest. It's not let's all be happy test. It's a motherfucking, I'm disrupting. I want to make a point. And this is part of this is how I've chosen to make that point. You know, if you really want that shit not to matter, then A, do what they say, or B, go out and fucking vote anyway and make that number not matter. That's the only choices you really have, period. So no, I'm not worried about it. I can't get worried about it. But yeah, it's we will see how that shit looks in November, but it ain't. I'm doing everything I fucking can, and I've thought about everything I can about it. And I think that's the part I want to nail today, and hopefully never again. Hopefully motherfuckers do not need a reminder every month. I'm not here to give stump speeches. Okay? Like, you know how we feel. I don't think it could be clearer. And I don't want to keep wasting my time. Let's see. What else could we talk about? Do you know what popcorn brain is?
No, is it for being forgetful?
It is
That's what it sounds like.
If you struggle to focus on single thoughts or a task, find yourself constantly distracted by social media, you may have what's known as popcorn brain. David Levy is a researcher who coined this term in 2011. It refers to a person's attention jumping quickly from thought to thought like kernels popping in popcorn. A 2003 study by the University of California, Irvine. We gave a speech there. Found the average attention span was 2 minutes and 30 seconds in 2012. The average dropped to 75 seconds. Now it's 47 seconds.
Ooh, that's a big drop.
Yeah, that popcorn brain. I mean, it makes sense.
Because there's a lot of things that demand your attention now. And with social media and the internet and things like that, and everything being bite-sized, everything being small, everything being 140 characters or less, everything being shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. I want to say, was it one of them podcasts I listened to? I think it was a podcast, maybe an article I read. They was talking about people's attention spans, and they was also talking about you have a generation of older managers that are having issues with younger employees that don't want to read emails. They want everything through Teams and stuff like that. And the manager's like, no, I sent you an email. Please read my email in its entirety. And because you have a generation that's brought up in short, a lot of the reading comprehension has went down. A lot of the long form reading has went down, because a lot of times when you get to emails demand more attention, particularly if they're long, if they're detailed. Some emails like word problems where you have to pull shit out and you have to understand what's being said, and you might have to ask questions. A lot of older managers are having a hard time because they can't get some of their younger employees to understand everything can't be short. You can't keep hitting me up in Teams, ding, 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 all damn day long when I need for you to actually do some long form shit.
It's interesting because I feel like one of the reasons I love podcasts is because it's long form. And whenever I hear the advice on podcasts, I always make it shorter, make it quicker, make it shorter, make it quicker. And I'm always like, yeah, but we don't talk about enough. We don't talk about how the shorter, quicker is part of how we got so fucked up as a society. Everything needing to be short and quick for you and sum it up and wrap it up. A lot of context is left out. That's why people read headlines, go off, and don't know what the fuck they talking about. And so in the emails, it reminded me also how I prefer email for people that contact our show. And there's so many people that will DM me something and it doesn't happen or it doesn't get done. And it's like, because I'm not in the DMs all the time.
Right.
My workflow is send the email. You send the email, I'll take a look. I'll see what I can do.
That's that corporate America.
You send me a fucking DM on Instagram, I might not look at that shit for 5 days.
Right. 2 weeks. I don't pay that shit no attention.
Yeah, like I mean, it sucks because I'm not trying to be a dick. Yeah. I mean, it's the way my brain's set up. My brain is like, yeah, that's not for that. So that's why I could relate to what you were saying about, something being in, and that's the other thing too. We get scatterbrained because one thing is in an email, one thing's in the Slack, one thing's in the whatever chat, and one thing's a text. And it's like, when was that thing? What was that thing? What happened with that thing?
Yes.
But this is also something that I brought up a long time ago at the show. I said, eventually we're going to get studies of what social media has done to us. And I feel like we're starting to get more and more of these studies, and it ain't looking too good.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about how it impact reading comprehension skills. It's going, it's gonna talk about how it impacts. You have kids coming in now who have grown up on cell phones. A lot of teachers, they talk about how they try to get them to talk back and forth, and everything is shorthand. And they was like, no, use the whole word, like they write, like they talk and shit. They're like, no, use the standard English, speak please. Like, don't be shorthand in your paperwork and shit like this. Like, don't be trying to make it 140 characters or less. Like, this is a term paper. What are you doing?
The experience, social media is a major contributing factor to the decline in attention span, according to Dr. Camille Atta. The experience is extremely addictive, more addictive than any other activity, because you have these small amounts of dopamine being stimulated on a very frequent basis, and to stop the pattern is extremely difficult. Mental health experts suggest reducing social media time rather than trying to quit cold turkey. Experts also suggest participating in screen-free activities and focusing on one thing at a time rather than trying to multitask. I guess if you want to get some of your attention span back. But I think honestly, I think this is irreparable. I don't think it's ever coming back. I think it's the kind of thing that, JL Covan can complain about on Rain on Your Parade, because it can't be fixed. And it just makes us all sound like old people when we're like, well, you're on your phone and you're talking at the dinner table. But honestly, that is a new thing that's not going away. I don't think we're ever putting the phones down. I don't think we're ever not looking at screens anymore. I don't think you go into a movie and not checking your notifications every once in a while. I think we've lost this battle already.
Yeah, we have, and the technology and the way it's implemented, and the people that design these things has done studies. They studied the human brain, and they studied things that excited, things that keep it intrigued, things that keep it coming back. They've studied it so well that they make social media like drugs. They was like, yeah, we've done studies to show when we do this, and this, it makes your brain light up just like you're high or just like you're on drugs. Like, so they've studied it. So that's why when I say it's a drug, you either do a little bit or a lot if you have any form of a social media account. People don't want to accept the reality of that. Like, for me, I've cut back a lot, and there are periods of time for me personally where I just don't be online at all, because I'm like, hey, I just want to do something else that does not involve this.
I think, I don't even pretend that. Like, I'll be online, I'm scrolling, I'm looking at shit. I don't know what people. I feel like that's the other thing. I feel like people be lying.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody is. Well, what I do is, it's like we're all on that bitch. I don't know what to tell you.
Yes,
you're not special. You're on there. Some of my homies, my best friends, man, I'm doing this and I'm getting off of Twitter and then I'll go on Twitter. They be on there fussing with some motherfucker they ain't got no business talking to. It just is what it is,
right?
And I think part of the problem is because of our binaries, no gray area. We've turned social media into all bad or all good. And the truth is, it's kind of like everything. It's a lot of bad and a lot of good.
Yeah, it's a mixture.
I had a great conversation with that person that wanted to ask me to listen to Van Lathan's podcast segment. I thought the conversation was good. Now, look, I can't speak for them. Maybe they somewhere listening like, fuck Rod. But I thought it was a good conversation. I was like, what would you like me to say? Like, what could possibly have happened? And I implored, it kind of ended the conversation, but I implored them, like, ask yourself what it is you want from me.
Right.
Because I don't know what you would want from me. If there's an ask to be asked here, you should be asking Van Lathan to have us on. If that's what the problem is, because I don't, and I'm not saying I want that, but if your thing is like, I want someone to analyze his views and challenge him. I mean, he doesn't seem opposed to that. It doesn't have to be me. I'm sure he has plenty of people that can come on there. But my point being, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do about that. I said I know what his opinion is, but I didn't. That's not a bad thing that happened today. When I'm high and scrolling Facebook reels and watching this dude get beat up by himself as Batman over and over,
that shit is hilarious.
That's a good thing to me.
Yes, I don't be loving them TikToks. I'm not even gonna lie. Them be so much fun.
So, like, people are like, oh, I spent hours scrolling. You know what they used to hate, guys? And this is real. You have to go way back in the annals of history to know this. They used to hate books. They used to be like, what the fuck are these books? How you gonna be reading books and shit when you need to be tilling the lower 40 acres, man? Why aren't you praying? Why aren't you know what book you should read? The Good Book. the Bible. Like they used to be the thing. Like whatever the next thing is, the brain chip that it's gonna be. Oh, I remember we used to look at our phones. And why can't you just look at your phone at the dinner table like we used to when we sat around and you watch Netflix and I'd be on TikTok and your daddy would be reading the news app.
The good old days.
And we'd be together as a family.
In the same room.
As we all kind of ignored Squid Games in the background, but we had to turn to the English because the subtitles we couldn't follow because that means you had to look at that screen and read it. Yes. And we just want to hear it so we don't have to pay attention as we don't pay attention while I'm playing Marvel Snap. Why can't we have the good days, the good old days? You used to go into church and you be playing solitaire on your tablet. And but there you were in church together.
As a unit.
Now y'all all got your VR headsets on in virtual church. And you got VR headset on one side with the church, and on the other side is doing some type of VR porn. What is going? We are losing recipes. What is wrong with our people?
What's wrong with you?
That's what we 20 years away from that shit anyway.
Of course we are.
Who gives a fuck? Counterfeit condoms uncovered in $150,000 Houston bust.
Counterfeit condoms, which means they ain't protecting nothing.
Counterfeit condoms.
I'm assuming that's what the counterfeit mean.
What the fuck? What's the clue that they counterfeit? Where they're like, hey man, I got magnums, buy one, get one free. Condoms seem like the kind of thing you don't want to get a good sale on.
I mean, what did you do? I got the ATEX instead of the latex. What is this? Are we dropping letters?
Did you get them from a yard sale? Y'all got these condoms, man, slightly used, but you know what I'm saying? No worse for the wear. I rolled them back up and everything, bro. You good. You good.
You want these no lifestyles, sir? If you don't get away from me,
you gonna have a different lifestyle when you had this baby.
Because that's why I said no lifestyle. Your lifestyle is gonna be at the house.
You're gonna have a different lifestyle. It's gonna be called the herpes lifestyle. You got it now. Because you had to get a sale on these condoms.
How do you have counterfeit condoms? What do you pull them out and blow them up like chew them like bubble gum? The fuck is this?
It's never good. It's never good when you be like, I don't want no condoms. I'm good. And they be like, all right, well, how about 2 for $10?
Like they lower the prices.
When they haggle with you on the condoms, it's a bad sign. It's a bad sign.
When they come out with the condoms, it's not even in a box.
Right.
They sell them individually like they do Lucy's. Right. Like the Lucy cigarettes.
Hey, man, I got a Black & Mild condom. Just let me know.
Just let me know what you need.
Right now, you may have heard of counterfeit shoes, purses, even electronics.
However, here is a new one. Police arrested 2 men for selling counterfeit condoms.
ABC at 13's Giovanni Lee.
Is the logo fucked up like when you go to the flea mall and you try to get like a Carl Kanai jacket, but it's like Carl Kanai, that's a C. Why Carl don't start with no C? like is it like that on the side? It's Trojans with a G instead of a J.
Oh no!
What the fuck is a Trojan condom?
PG reports from Northwest Houston tonight with the story.
Lighters and condoms are at the core of these court documents.
The label, the packaging in many cases is so good that to the uninformed consumer, it looks just like the real thing.
According to several charging documents, more than $150,000 worth of brand name Bic lighters and Trojan condoms were counterfeited. Police claim Ali Zishan and Danju Shiba intentionally distributed the products.
Organized retail crime is on the upswing, and it is being done by large organizations.
Police believe the distribution point of the fake rubber factory was inside of this business complex in Northwest Houston. The owner of the building did not comment on what happened, and neither suspect responded to our messages.
How enterprising do you have to be to do a fake rubber factory? I would have never thought of any of this shit.
Me either. Somebody seen a hole in the market and was like, bet.
And now they got a hole in the condoms.
Yeah, they do.
And this is really a growing problem. Customs and Border Protection tries to stop these counterfeit goods from coming into the United States, but sometimes they do make it in. And recent CBP data shows the crime is simply getting more lucrative. Last year alone, the agency seized $2.4 billion of fake product And back in 2017, they seized more than 40,000 fake condoms coming from China.
If you think of the value, particularly as you maybe move into high-end luxury, shoes, bags, apparel, the price tickets, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars.
And health experts say these fake condoms don't guard against STDs and pregnancy. We also asked Houston police for more details about how they busted the counterfeit condom scheme, but they didn't give us any more information. But both men have since bonded out of jail.
Oh, somebody reported.
And that's why we have to have ads for fatherhood, because of shit like that.
Wow.
Finally, and like that means finally somebody will be telling the truth when they be like, I did wear a condom. I don't know how she got pregnant.
We be telling the truth. They be like, I don't know.
Right. Girl, I ain't give you no STD. Yes, you did. We used a condom. You saw it. I took it out of that lifestyle with 2 eyes. Hey. Oh man.
I took it out of the bowl. Why was the condom in the bowl?
Y'all be safe out there, man. Oh my God.
Right, that's a lot.
This is why I don't be having sex with people. Specifically this is it's not the marriage.
It's not the marriage.
It's not the vows we made in front of God. No, it's they selling bootleg condoms, guys. Okay, you out here playing with your lives.
You better go to the regular ass store. Don't be trying to get it on the black market at the flea mall.
Right, and that's why I always go raw, 100%. Because if you're not, because that's the only way to be sure that you. All right. All right. Let's get into some other news. News. Who news time? DeAndrea Sanders says she's done feuding with Dreezy following their recent spat over Jacquees.
I know none of them names. You might as well have been talking about a video game. Who is this?
I thought you liked video games.
I do, but none of my characters is named this.
DeAndrea Sanders. Who do you think that is?
Relate Deion Sanders?
All right, let's see. It's spelled kind of like it. DeAndrea Sanders is Deion Sanders' daughter. So you 1 for 1.
Okay.
She is apparently done with all that shit following her recent feud with Dreezy. Who is Dreezy?
Bro, I'm assuming a rapper.
Ciandria Sledge, better known by her stage name Dreezy, is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter.
Now, by context clues, certain names, I'll be like, that sounds like a rapper.
And lastly, it's over their recent spat over Jacquees.
Jacquees is either a rapper or a social media personality.
Okay, well, you were close. He is an American R&B singer.
Okay.
So he is the king of R&B. Wait a minute. Is this the guy I'm thinking about? How you say his name? How you pronounce it? Am I pronouncing it wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Jacquees pronunciation. Jacquees.
Somebody said he's a self-proclaimed.
Yeah, he's the self-proclaimed king of R&B.
Okay, so he put his own crown on.
On his Instagram, he goes, "I'm king of R&B with a crown." Yeah. Well, anyway, let's get into the news. The Who news. The two women surprised many by airing their grievances online earlier this week. The conflict allegedly began when Dreezy made a post suggesting that her ex was obsessed with her. Numerous individuals, DeAndrea included, presumed that she was referring to Jacquees, who is currently romantically involved with Deandra. Deandra caught wind of the post and alleged that Dreezy sent underwear to Jacquees' house. Dreezy quickly responded with screenshot messages between her and Jacquees that showed he still had strong feelings for the rapper, even going as far as to suggest that they should have a child together. Oh, Jacquees, I can't believe it. Out here embarrassing people. Hope anybody bootleg condoms.
Ask the Negro's turn. That's all this sound like to me. Tune in tomorrow morning.
However, it seems as though the feud may be over, as Deandra recently shared in a series of tweets she was done with Jaquez and Dreezy. This is now beneath me for real. Got me arguing with a dusty ass bitch over a dog ass nigga. I need to snap back. Y'all can have each other. Go be toxic and let the devil continue having his way with y'all. I'm done with all this shit. She added, coming at me like I can't go get a real man, $100 million nigga tomorrow. Bitch, the best you can get is Jaquez. LOL. That nigga lucky I even looked his way. You lucky I even gave you some shine. Y'all stay in your lane. You got him and you can have him. Enough is enough. Despite feeling hurt by the situation, Deandra is remaining positive and that sounds like the end of Cheaters.
Yes.
Despite feeling hurt by the situation, Deandra is remaining positive and moving forward for the recent spat. The
conclusion
coming up.
Yes.
Next time on Cheaters. Bitch, that's my brother.
Oh no.
I ain't saying another thing in this foolery. Done took me out of character and shit. Shit does hurt, but oh well. Every black man that don't go to therapy. Shit does hurt, but oh well. It is what it is. It happens to the best of us. Well, it's close to it. It is what it is. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But I can go up from here. Y'all can't. I'm done with this shit. So, I think she's actually hurt, guys. I think she's trying to act like she's not hurt.
I would say so.
She also tweeted, I'm just so heartbroken. I don't think I ever felt like this before, but it is what it is. I pray for God to show me. I know we should never question God, but sometimes I question why even allow me to love this hard if you knew. I just feel so stupid and so dumb, but I think she deleted that. If you want to believe that, then so be it. I actually don't talk to niggas with girlfriends. Hint, while we was friends for so long, if anything, you taking your anger out on the wrong person. I think that was in reply to somebody. So she got quite a few tweets off about this. So I feel bad for her. And sorry that those two scum bucket gutter donkeys are even putting you through all that, Deandra. Okay. Now I don't know if she the daughter that lied on the HBCU.
I hope not.
I hope not. I hope I'm not co-signing that, but even then, getting your heart broke sucks.
It does.
All right, let's move into something else. See what we could talk about here. What is this article about? Okay, yeah, we'll do a little bit of fucking with black people. Here you go.
We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them black people. We're just fucking with them blacks. We're just fucking with black people. Hey, yay! I said, can you leave me alone? All I wanna do is go home. I said, leave me alone. I wanna live another day home. I said, can you leave me alone? I wanna go home like ooh ah.
Whites only party canceled at the local backlash. An organizer of a
not white clothes, but like white people only.
White people news. Yep, white people only.
Okay, because Negroes have white parties, so I was like, okay.
You don't have to be lonely at whitepeopleonly.com. An organizer of a whites only party in Sri Lanka has apologized that the event sparked a backlash online. Now, I do have to ask because I've never been, and I'm only going off of stereotypes and a very, very not worldly knowledge of international places. Is do Sri Lanka got black people like that? Because I feel like if you was gonna have a white people only party and it's in Sri Lanka, can't you just,
have a regular ass party?
Yeah, yeah. Like, what's the breakdown? I gotta look up the racial breakdown to see why you have to do that. Okay, so this isn't right. Well, Sinhalese 75%, Sri Lankan Tamil 11%, Sri Lankan Moors 9.2%. That's probably the black people. Indian Tamil 4.2% and 0.5%. What does that mean? See, now I'm Googling to see what the Sri Lankan people look like. This is so ignorant, but it came up first. Oh no, they black. I mean, well, they not black. They brown. They brown. They not. So y'all was being racist.
So that means, is there like a brown, like a lower brown in you?
I put 16 portraits of Sri Lankan people. That's what came up. And these look like
they
brown people.
Yeah, they brown people.
So y'all really went out y'all way to be racist.
So they must have enter within the community like certain levels of brown.
What I'm guessing is there were some white people that live in that country who are like, hey, it's 10 of us. We want to have a beach just to ourselves as white folks.
Okay, I'm with you now.
And then the local people found out and said, the fuck?
They're like, no.
But let's see what is. The event's advertising specified a white dress code, but also had a line saying face control white, which was largely interpreted to mean the event was only open to white people.
Face control.
What is face control?
I don't know. That's a new phrase for me.
If that's some racism, that's some good racism, because I would not have picked up on it.
I would have missed that.
I would have showed up. I mean, I don't go to parties, but if I was going to the party, I would have showed up in my white clothes. Like, okay, cool. They would be like, oh
no, you don't meet the face control. What,
sir? You didn't read the whole flyer. The face control is also white. Okay, well, how do I make white face control? Is it
right?
Is it like when you do that tight lip nod that they do at work? You know, when you see a white person walking past the opposite of you and they do like this? Is it that?
They tighten the lip up
instead of this one. Instead of
they go down,
head back, they go head down with the tight lips.
Buddy,
I'm only breathing with my nose. I don't want any blackness to get in through my mouth. Is that white face control? What is white face control?
I don't know. I would have been lost.
The organizer later said the event was a bad idea, adding that it was meant to bring expatriates. So it was literally white people. Expats are people that left other countries and now you're living in Sri Lanka or whatever. So it's like, oh, you're an expat from a white place. You know, oh, you're white and you're from England. So we want to have a little get together for white folks. Now it's interesting because when you're in a country that is majority not white,
brown,
do you become a minority?
I can see that.
And then you think, because you don't really understand minority and white supremacy because you ain't going to no classes. Come on. The white people don't study that. Did they really think, no, we're the minority. This is like, if black people in America want to have a black student union, there's nothing wrong with that. We're okay with that because white people are the majority there. And here in this brown country, we're the minority. We want to have the white student union, and y'all are still saying it's wrong. Now, they didn't push back, so it sounds like they said, oh, shit.
Yeah, they didn't realize they would get this backlash.
But it is an interesting thought experiment.
Yeah, I could see somebody going, well, we just wanted to put it out to let people know, hey, but it's like, don't understand how this appears to be.
Yeah.
You could just said expats and leave it alone.
Yeah, you could have said an expat party and no one would have. Once you said white, though, because like you probably could be an expat and not white, right?
Yes.
So like they were like, we don't want black showing up. Backlash against the event was swift. Many on social media called it disgusting and racist. I know not all expats are like this, but this sort of thing should be stopped fast and stopped hard. One local restaurant owner said, how dare they come to a brown country and ban the people of that country? Writing on Instagram under the handle Geo Ecstatic, a man who said he was the event an event organizer said there was no malice or racism in planning a party. We wanted to meet expats who have been living here for a long time and love Sri Lanka. The team supported me and a joint decision was made to quickly organize a party. He added that he has since had to leave the country after receiving a barrage of abuse and threats. They love to throw that in there.
And you probably a lot of them probably moved there because it's cheaper than wherever they from.
Yeah, whatever. They whites only party, no blacks allowed. Wow, y'all threatening me? I'm out. I'm the real victim.
Got mad.
I'm the real victim here. I kicked this hornet's nest and they had the audacity to want to sting me.
How dare they?
I didn't expect this to be such a sensitive moment for a huge number of people. I admit that it was a bad idea, and I understand how we created it ourselves out of stupidity. I deeply apologize to everyone whose feelings were hurt. The event was due to be held at the Sareka Lounge in the southern coastal town of Unawatuna. That's a cool name. The venue later posted a statement saying the party had been canceled. Cancel culture is real.
Apparently so.
I always try to tell y'all, y'all think it's a joke. The liberals love to say, oh, cancel culture, it's not real. Why y'all getting so upset over this? But y'all know the rules.
Cancel culture can be cruel.
It can be cruel. Especially to white people who want to just have a whites only party. The staff said they did not conduct a thorough enough check and that severed ties with the event planners. They don't want that smoke. This is the beauty of having 99% of people be black in a place because they are brown and black in a place because they were like, nobody is on their side. The venue, the planner, like I left the country. Okay, I know what I was doing.
I'm out.
Oh man. So the organizers as well as the owners of the lounge are believed to be Russian citizens. Many of the tourism businesses that are now owned by Russians in the area, now known by many as Sri Lanka's Little Moscow. Oh man, that's crazy. Russian embassy in Colombo later released a statement strongly condemning all forms of racial discrimination and nationalism.
They're like, we don't want y'all running up on us.
They ain't got no support.
They was like, it's just 12 of us that come to work every day. We don't want them problems.
0 to 100, Karen.
This gets a 25.
25. Yeah, I give it 20. That's a good score.
Yeah, because it's a little irritating, but at the same time, it's funny. But at the same time, I could see somebody doing this and not meaning no malice.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I see how they got fucked up.
Yes.
I see how this is the problem because, white people don't feel the need to educate themselves on any of this stuff. So to them, they're like, but it's 10 of us. Why can't we hang out together? It's like, you know why. And as soon as it was pointed out to them, they were all like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's valid. You got a valid point.
It's the difference between someone saying black power and white power. You know why. Black power is afros and bell bottoms. White power is let's burn down Tulsa, Oklahoma. We know the difference.
There's a big difference.
San Francisco is ready to apologize to black residents, but reparations advocates want more. Supervisors in San Francisco formally apologized Tuesday to African Americans and the descendants for the city's role in perpetuating racism and discrimination, with several stating that this was just the start of reparations for black residents and not the end. The vote was unanimous, with all 11 board members signed on as sponsors to the resolution. This historic resolution apologizes on behalf of San Francisco to the African American community and their descendants for decades of systemic and structural discrimination, targeted acts of violence, and atrocities, said Supervisor Shaman Walton, as well as committing to ratification and redress of past policies and misdeeds. Now he is black, so it makes you wonder. And this is the thing I had with Obama when people was like, finally a black president, he should apologize, get the country to apologize for slavery. And I'm like, I hear what you're saying. And I'm not saying you're wrong. But the first and onlyest nigga to ever get the office being the one to be like, I'm sorry, black people, what America has done, it's not going to hit the way y'all think it's going to hit.
Right.
It's not going to hit the way y'all think it's going to hit. If you want peak, you really need Joe Biden doing it. You need Joe Biden to get reelected and apologize in his re-inauguration speech. And then hand the country over to Kamala Harris. That's what you need.
As soon as he gets sworn in, he'll be like, I'm retiring.
You want peak anger and everything? That's what you fucking need. It's just peak. It's not gonna feel the way you want it to feel. It's not gonna anyway. San Francisco joins another major U.S. city in issuing an apology. What city do you think it is, Karen? I'll give you 2 guesses.
Another city anywhere in the country?
Anywhere in the country. What city?
Somewhere in Washington, Seattle.
Not Seattle. I'll give you one more guess. For the record, I would never get it right if I had to guess, but one more guess. Don't worry, we're just doing a podcast. You can take as long as you want.
No problem. I'm just thinking about what are the other places that are like so, I won't say hippie, but you know, they put people in the office that actually vote for shit like this. I don't know.
You don't even want to take a guess. All right.
Fine. I mean, I can.
If you get it wrong, the odds of getting it right is 1 in a billion. It's okay if you get it wrong. What's wrong? I wouldn't know. I'm telling you right now, if I had to guess, I'd get it wrong.
Okay. I would go somewhere like somewhere in the middle part of New York somewhere.
So you say somewhere in New York. I would have guessed like Denver or some shit.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. It's Boston. I would have never guessed Boston.
Boston, Massachusetts?
You could have let me guess every city in the country. I wouldn't have got to Boston for so long. Boston
when it came up on the list.
Wow. 9 states have formally apologized for slavery. I wonder how many of them in the South.
Very few.
Right. It's like people that didn't have slaves. Like Oregon, yeah, we sorry.
Right.
Like what's South Carolina say? They said segregation now, segregation forever over my dead body. Now get back to work, boy.
No. What the Texas got to say?
Right.
Oh, okay. They put their guns out. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what's gonna happen.
Back in the bushes like Homer Simpson.
Yes, sir.
We have much more work to do, but this apology most certainly is an important step, said Walton, the only Black member of the board and the chief proponent of the resolution. I mean, I guess if you're the only Black person, you better be a chief proponent. Imagine you the Black person, and you like, I could take it or leave it, to be honest. I'm gonna let y'all white people decide.
Right. But like, y'all cause the problem, y'all fix the problem. Right. They're gonna be like, sir, you can't be like this.
Honestly, I'm kind of against it. I don't think you should apologize to niggas for shit. It is the first reparations recommendation of more than 100 proposals made by a city committee to win approval. More than 100? How many they gonna get to? The apology, the easy one. That's the layup.
Yep. And that's why everybody's doing that and nothing else, because they can do that.
The rest of that shit
it doesn't
tangible.
Require anything of them.
Yeah, you know the rest of that shit tangible. Black people get to ride the bus for free. Whoa. Hold on. How we defining Black?
Yep.
So if Mike Tirico want to ride the bus, all right. The African American Reparations Advisory Committee also proposed that every eligible Black adult receive a $5 million lump sum cash payment and a guaranteed income of nearly $100,000 a year to remedy San Francisco's deep racial wealth gap. That one, I feel pretty sure saying will never be done.
Oh no, that would never be done.
Not saying it ain't fair, and that's not what you should get, but they'll issue 5 million lump sum apologies before they issue a single dollar of reparations to Black people. They're not gonna do it.
A penny.
I hope they get it though, because if so, I'll be over there like a ricer on a treat. Okay, I'll be riding up and down them hills on the train cars or whatever they call it, trolleys. What y'all got over there?
I don't know.
I'll be over there. I'll be San Francisco as fuck.
I'll be over there at the airport calling it the wrong name. At the Wayne Brady Airport, they be like, "Ma'am, that's not the Wayne Brady Airport."
I don't think that's even close to the same jurisdiction of place, but sure.
That's what I call that airport we went to out there in Orange County.
Yeah, Orange County. That's not. I don't think that's San Francisco area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good. But there has been no action on those and other proposals, and some supervisors Tuesday took a dig at public safety measures on next week's March 5th city ballot that they say would harm Black residents. Oh, so next week they got some safety things. Concerns. Yeah, and they about to be outlawing Blacks. Anyway, 0 to 100, Karen.
I'm going to give this a 50.
Okay.
It bothers me a little bit, but then at the same time, Not trying to be funny. Maybe I'm one of them Negroes. I just don't care. Because either you're going to do it or you ain't. Like, can't force you, can't make you, do anything.
I give it I guess I give it 75. I still fucked with it. I mean, they apologize, but I think the 75 is coming from the fact that I know they ain't gonna do shit else on that recommendation, and that was the easy one.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess if you're feeling, this is why I say I'm not a feelings person when it comes to voting and shit. It just
about results.
This don't do nothing for me.
Nope,
nothing. I don't mean to be an asshole because I know people fought for this. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to knock their work, but give me one of them other 100 things on that list, and I feel like you get a bigger response from me. The apology with nothing after it is an empty gesture, especially when it's a black person having to do the fucking apology on behalf of the fucking city. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I and like I said, maybe it's age. I'm very result oriented. Sometimes a ugly fight, if you win it, you won it, no matter how ugly or no matter how brutal it is. And I think a lot of people would rather have the appearance that they quote unquote won the fight, even if they lost, just because it looks better, versus just actually fucking winning. And I'm like, don't care, want to win.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think anybody involved is believing that. Like, I think everybody involved knew that the apology was the least amount they could do. And of course, they chose to do the least that they're going to do. And unless they enact any of those other 100 resolutions, to me, it's going to stay at 75 because it just, okay, you apologize. Now what? It's like a motherfucker being like, I'm sorry I cheated on you. Anyway, heading out the crib tonight. Don't ask me no questions. Just like, whoa. Change behavior.
Yes, that's not how that goes.
All right.
Have a discussion.
All right, let's move on. And let's do some guess the race. It's been a few days since we did this.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, you know what it is. Guess the race. Go around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved. Karen plays along, Chapman plays along, and their races. A woman in Ireland lost more than $800,000 in an injury lawsuit stemming from a car crash after photos showing her launching a Christmas tree during a post-holiday competition and winning the event. What? Camilla Grabska, 36, sued an insurance agency in the country, RSA Insurance, after a 2017 car crash. She claimed caused her debilitating neck and back pain that prevented her from holding down a job for 5 years. Grabska is a mom of two from the town of Ennis in County Clare. The car accident was a result of someone hitting her car from the rear and allegedly left her unable to carry her young children or complete household chores. She quit her job shortly after, received disability payments, and argued that her previous and future lost income totaled more than $500,000. Newspaper reports, however, soon surfaced of Grabska entering into a Christmas tree throwing event January 8, 2018, a year after the incident supposedly left her with disabling pain. The Irish High Court reviewed a photo of her launching a tree, which the judge described as a very graphic picture. The competition involves people throwing roughly 5 foot spruce trees as far as they are able. The court also reportedly reviewed video of her playing with a Dalmatian in the dog park for more than an hour. The judge ruled to dismiss the case following a review of the photos and video. It is a very large natural Christmas tree. It is being thrown by her in a very agile movement. I'm afraid I cannot but conclude the claims were entirely exaggerated. On that basis, I propose to dismiss the claim. She denied that she faked her injuries while in court, saying she was trying to live a normal life. Ma'am, you are throwing trees.
You launched your Christmas trees like cannons.
Get the fuck out. Now, if they would have had a picture you leaving like a grocery store and you just happen to be carrying like double plastic bags in each arm coming from Aldi's, I would have been like, that don't prove nothing. You know, she just trying to get home. Tossing trees. Man, this ain't the strongman competition. Get your Paul Bunyan ass out of here.
Was she like you pushing that big old thing you talk about pushing?
The sled.
Yes.
Right. The so let's guess the race.
I'm assuming
Camilla Grabska.
Oh, white.
Karen's going with white. She won the competition.
Yeah.
And
won.
Like you couldn't just face control. White says Black Rob.
Not face control.
That's like 1 in a million type of luck. I know the prosecutors hit play afterwards. Like, is we finished or is we done? No, that's not race. White welfare queen. Gotta stick with your lie. Wanda Sykes white. I am broken. Meanwhile, bitch is Supergirl white. As white as the frosted tips of the Christmas tree white. Though too many unlucky charms white. You gotta fake it when you go outside. Stay a character. Ariel not playing the game. The correct answer is white. Look at these pictures. Like,
and that's a huge tree,
right? She is throwing it with all her might too.
Oh,
and that shit is getting distance.
Oh my goodness!
That tree fitting to go somewhere. Like, man, look at how much elevation she getting on this tree throw.
Oh, and you're talking about like one of them big ass Christmas trees too.
Right.
And that Christmas tree like 5 feet tall. How tall is that tree?
She shot that from the tree throw line.
She had to lift 1 foot up for that like a shot put.
Right. Oh my God, girl. If you don't get the hell out of here.
Right. Had another win and talking about I didn't fake my injuries. Man, you won.
I just tried to live a normal life. Well, that's the fucking point. We gave you $800,000 because you said you can't. You should have came in the court and been like, it's a miracle. I'm healed. Who could have seen this coming?
Who could have seen it coming?
All right. A bonsai woman is suspected mastermind of an $8 million retail theft ring that hit 200 plus Ulta stores.
Oh, them the makeup stores.
Mm-hmm. Michelle Mack is accused of paying as many as 12 women for their travel expenses, as well as providing them with a list of retail stores across the country to target, including stores in 21 counties across California. Oh my goodness. This is insane.
That's a whole ass sting.
A complaint alleges that Michelle Mack of Bonsai was the ringleader of an organized crime ring that stole nearly $8 million worth of makeup and other goods from stores, including hundreds of Ulta cosmetic stores across the U.S., and resold them online on her online Amazon storefront.
Woo, child, because the Ultra and the Sephora's, I think that's how you pronounce it. Mm-hmm. That shit in there be expensive. Mm-hmm. And be like this, you ain't getting nothing fake in there.
Yep, that's pure thievery, though. According to the complaint filed by California Attorney General on Friday, more than $300,000 worth of makeup and other products were found in her and Kenneth Mack's shared home when a search warrant was served December 6th, 2023. Michelle Mack is accused of paying as many as 12 women for their travel expenses, as well as providing them with a list of stores. Oh, we already said this. Yeah, one of her neighbors said, "I see the justice system work slowly, but it seems to be working." But they didn't want to be named.
I wouldn't either. You got a whole ring happening. I don't want me to disappear underneath the foundation. I'm good.
Makeup ring. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's if they doing real crimes after this, like it's the makeup mafia. That's sad.
Yeah, you fuck around and you see some dust and you be gone with the wind.
Those stores include a Lens Crafters in Claremont and an Ulta store in Mira Mesa, which was one of the 231 Ultas hit across the country. Several Sephora stores were also targeted. It's great they're arresting them. It's unfortunate these people got involved so young and ruined their lives. It's not worth it, said Ulta Beauty employee Maribel Carmona.
Yeah, makeup is a big ring because a lot of people do a lot of counterfeit shit with that. Like, it's a lot of money in makeup. People, they don't think of it as a big thing, but a lot of people use makeup across the board, and particularly if you want high quality and good kind that don't tear and fuck up your skin, you're gonna be paying for it.
I mean, it's $8 million. This theft.
Oof.
So, you know, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Karen, guess the race.
Did you just say their names?
Just Michelle Mack, the ringleader.
Michelle Mack. Oh, white.
All right, Karen's going with white for Michelle Mack of Bombsaw. We'll check the chat room and see what they believe her race is. Where we at? There we go. She was able to easily find foundation colors that match her skin tone. The neighbor didn't want to be named because they some eyeshadow. I guess they bought some eyeshadow on the low. White. You bounce back from retail theft, much like a volumizing hair color. I don't know what race that is. White. Rihanna, black, white. I think she's a black. White because they rob places without bundles. Miss Smart. As white as the face cream she stole, the correct answer is white. Many of you missed it though.
Ooh, I can tell you why the person didn't tell you. Yeah, because I bet you somebody like that, she probably selling that shit like Mary Kay. She was at the yoga spot, at the gym spot. Like she was selling that shit everywhere.
Well, they said she was doing it on Amazon, and my guess is that she was beating everybody's prices because her shit was stole.
Right.
So like
it would be so low. So everything was a profit because you didn't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, you were only paying for travel expenses to steal the shit from the store. And I would love to know what the actual instructions were to each person because they did a lot of successful stealing until they got busted. So like I wonder what they were doing.
That's a good question.
All right, Karen, you are 2 for 2.
Yay!
That bitch was white! I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get
gold
the race.
teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
Meanwhile, the toothbrushes in the black CVS all under lock and key.
I get out.
Connor Litka is he's a 21-year-old. He last week walked into a Porsche dealership in Louisville, Kentucky, and he sought to purchase a car with a $78 million check.
A check.
When told by employees at the Bluegrass Motorsport that they were not going to sell him the vehicle, he allegedly walked to the parts department looking for keys. Oh, he ignored requests to leave the dealership until he got his vehicle, he said. Fearing that something bad was going to happen because of his behavior, a worker called the cops who arrested him after he again refused to depart the Porsche dealership. Charged with criminal trespassing and disorderly conduct, both misdemeanors. He is scheduled to appear in district court. A day before trying to pass the $78 million check, he attempted to purchase a vehicle from a nearby Land Rover dealership. He was only carrying a check for $12 million that day. We're gonna ask for change.
That's not how this works.
The cars don't even cost that much. He wrote the check for over the amount. Like, yo, let me get
can I have difference back?
A Porsche and $50 million back.
Let me get a Porsche and go ahead and throw an Acura on the side. And yeah, give me some of them mini Jeeps.
The citation lists Litka's resident as an apartment complex in Bloomington, Indiana, which is about 100 miles from Louisville. Well, how did he get there? He don't got no car?
Apparently not.
Maybe he got a regular car, but he ain't got no Porsche.
No Porsche.
According to his LinkedIn page, he's a business student at Indiana University, where he enrolled in 2021.
He ain't got no job.
Oh, yeah, this is business. He was learning how to do it. Karen, guess the race.
White.
Karen says white for, what's his name? Connor Litka. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. White dude says Trey.
But you'd have had a nerve to write a whole ass check and expect them to take you seriously.
Mm-hmm. And then went looking for the keys when they wouldn't take the check.
Right.
All right, well, just give me the keys then. Damn. White people confidence is astounding. Whitewash Legion scam. White caucasity. Gone in 60 crackers. New drug dealer's first dumbass purchase attempted white. White audacity. The correct answer is white. Yeah, I just know Porsche don't cost 78 million, so he was really in there like keep the change.
All right,
like he wrote the check before knowing how much it cost is crazy to me. Like you supposed to pull out a checkbook and be like, now what was the exact? Okay, cool.
What's the down payment, basically?
Yeah, not the down payment, but like pull out the check. You pull out the checkbook to know the amount.
Yeah,
you don't rewrite. You don't write a check before you get to the dealership. Like 78.
What is that? Pay it to cash,
right? Like you weren't even trying to get away with this crime. This is terrible. All right, last thing, sword ratchetness. Mark Zuckerberg he went to like Japan to make a samurai sword, from my understanding.
Okay.
He visited the workshop of the famous swordsmith Akihiro Kokaji to learn how to make katanas.
What?
Yeah, there's video of it and everything. I'll put it on the screen.
Oh, he said he really make them.
Yeah, he's using the tools that you use to beat the imperfections out of the metal of the sword, and the sword master appears to be like holding it down for him. Now his swings don't look too smooth. But also I feel like this is what happens when you're a billionaire and you watch Blue Eye Samurai like the rest of us.
Yes, you actually get to live it out.
And you like, you know what?
All right. You see the master going behind him like, okay, I'm about to straighten this out for you, boy.
And honestly, man, like, if I'm being real, this the kind of shit I like billionaires doing.
Yes.
Like, I know other people would have a problem with anybody being a billionaire. I get it. Don't write in. You're right and I'm wrong. Just leave me the fuck alone. But if billionaires were like, I'm not gonna meddle in the American election, I'm just gonna go to Japan and make fucking swords because I saw it on a cartoon. Hey man, more power to you. Good luck with that. You know what I mean?
Have a blast.
If it was like, I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm done making an app that gets young people to want to kill themselves. That's not right. I think instead I'm gonna try to climb Mount Everest. I'll be like, yo, good luck to you, bro. We love to see it, honestly. You want to fly a rocket to the moon? That's your life. You blow that shit up, that's on you. Got nothing to do with me.
Nothing.
Good luck. But nah, they gotta fucking want to control the media and free press. So we gotta hate them. All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back probably Saturday for feedback. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Talk to you later.